President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received visiting Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani in Cairo on Wednesday. During the meeting, President el-Sisi welcomed Italy's top diplomat and asserted Egypt's keenness in fostering bilateral ties in several domains, especially in investment and energy fields. El-Sisi and Tajani praised the growing investments of the Italian firms in Egypt and expressed a desire to expand their activities during the coming period. The meeting tackled the latest developments of escalating situation in Gaza, where the president stressed the significance of intensifying efforts to end the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and protecting civilians in all Palestinian cities. The head of state pointed out to the serious repercussions of the ongoing Israeli aggression, which he warned could threaten regional safety and security. For his part, Tajani weighed Egypt's key role in restoring stability in the Mediterranean region. The meeting also witnessed an exchange of views over a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with the head of the Italian company Danieli on Wednesday to review means of enhancing economic cooperation and expanding trade exchange between the two countries, in addition to a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. The story. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with the heads of Italian company Danieli, discussing on Wednesday horizons of economic cooperation and trade exchange between the two countries, as well as a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy said the meeting probed bilateral economic and trade cooperation, adding that the Italian company is considered one of the greatest international companies in the field of manufacturing steel equipment and technology production. During the meeting, President el-Sisi confirmed Egypt's fixed orientation to promote constructive cooperation with Italian companies, within the framework of distinguished bilateral relations binding the two nations. For his part, the head of the Italian company expressed his company's desire to expand activities in Egypt through establishing industrial and green technology complexes which are friendly to the environment, especially amid investment opportunities and economic privileges in Egypt, including regional and international free zone agreements, as well as the developed infrastructure in various domains. The two sides agreed on the importance of enhancing joint food production and industrial cooperation, in addition to benefiting from available opportunities in the field of energy and renewable energy. They hailed growing investments of Italian companies in Egypt. President el-Sisi and the Italian official further probed the ongoing escalation of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, with the pair agreeing on the importance of halting violence due to the danger of the situation in order to achieve stability in the region. They also called on realizing a just and comprehensive peace and two-state solution, with the Italian minister praising Egypt's pivotal and vital role in this respect. The head of state said Egypt exerts its utmost effort and intensifies contacts with different parties to contain the escalating situation, stop the bloodletting, as well as protecting civilians and evading the occupied Palestinian territories from a deterioration of humanitarian situation. President el-Sisi warned of the dangerous repercussions of the ongoing conflict at the humanitarian and security levels, referring to the significance of the European and international role to consolidate negotiations and settlements path. The meeting was attended by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Planning and Economic Development Hala Saeed, and the Minister of Business Sector Mahmoud Asmat, in addition to a number of key officials in the company. After wrapping up their talks, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry held a joint press conference with his Italian counterpart Antonio Tajani in Cairo on Wednesday. The top diplomats highlighted the importance of exerting the utmost effort to contain the situation in Gaza and stop the bloodshed. Foreign Minister Shoukry said they discussed ways to boost bilateral ties in various domains. Topping them was increasing cooperation in trade, investment and energy, as well as fighting illegal migration. Tajani, for his part, expressed concern about the escalating situation in Gaza, particularly with two Italian nationals among the hostages taken by Hamas, as the Italian top diplomat asked Egypt to interfere for their release. Shoukry and Tajani confirmed the two sides will resume consultations and expand their cooperation due to the deeply rooted ties that bind the two countries on all levels. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received a phone call from President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen on Wednesday, focusing on the Israeli violence in the Palestinian territories. The phone call tackled means of intensifying efforts to contain the current situation in light of the increasing pace of violence and military operation, as President el-Sisi stressed the importance of boosting coordination of the regional and international parties to halt the ongoing escalation in Palestine. The president also asserted the necessity to stop bloodshed on both sides and avoid sparing Palestinians further humanitarian suffering, as well as facilitating the arrival of humanitarian aid. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy said the talks also touched on joint cooperation between Egypt and the EU and means of developing bilateral relations on all levels. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Oman's Sultan Haytham bin Tariq discussed through the phone the latest developments of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. President bin Tariq stressed the importance of pushing forward efforts to reach a comprehensive, fair and constant settlement for the Palestinian cause on a basis of the two-state solution. The two leaders also tackled the dangerous repercussions of escalating situation in the Palestinian territories, which threaten the security and stability of the whole region and lead to a human crisis for civilians. They also agreed on intensifying efforts to end ongoing violence and all the concerned parties to exercise self-restraint. Our foreign ministers held an emergency meeting on Wednesday discussing the ongoing Israeli aggression over the Gaza Strip. Addressing the session, Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul-Gheit called on the international community to shoulder responsibility towards the Palestinian cause. Abul-Gheit said it is unacceptable for the international community to remain silent towards Israeli aggression against the Palestinian people. For his part, Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki said Palestinian people are facing displacement by Israel and that its aggression was amounted to apartheid and attrition. Al-Maliki said Israel chooses war and occupation but has never resorted to peace and settlement. He said the Palestinian side had warned that Israeli aggression throughout the past 75 years would end with an explosion. The Palestinian top diplomat called for securing basic needs to reach the Palestinian people. After the closed-door meeting, the Arab League Assistant Secretary General, Ambassador Hussam Zeki, read the final communique, which vowed full support for the Palestinian people in their legitimate right to have an independent Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital, called for all sides to practice self-restraint and stop the bloodshed and killing of civilians, asking the international community to shoulder responsibility regarding the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, which is running out of food, water and fuel. Zeki noted that the Council will resume its meetings and asked the Arab representatives in the UN to convey the core of this communique to the international organization. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry held talks with the head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees on Wednesday as spiraling violence in neighboring Gaza displaced more than 263,000 people. Shoukry's talks with UNRWA Chief Filipe Lazzarini focused on how to provide protection for civilians and ensure regular access for services and relief aid to Gaza. Shoukry warned of the dangerous humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip and said Egypt fully supports UN agencies in ensuring the delivery of humanitarian aid. The top diplomat warned of the consequences of policies of collective punishment, starvation and siege in violation of international humanitarian law. UN Special Coordinator for the Middle East Peace Process, Tor Wensland, also attended the meeting. The Egyptian Red Crescent said it was working around the clock to deliver urgent aid to their counterparts in Gaza, who received the first shipment of medical aid through Rafah on Monday.